So I made this bulky offense team, and on paper, it looks really, really good. It's based off a previous team I used that involved a Calm Mind Slowbro and a bulk up Scrafty. And these things would be really bulky and would sweep once the enemy team is worn down. And that's fine and dandy. However, there were some holes in the team. There were some things that weren't that good about it. It lost like 2 out of 6, I think it was. But I was ranked pretty highly. I'm ranked pretty highly now. I'm like 250 something. And this team looks, I like spent actual time on this team, and it looks really solid. Looks really solid. But looking solid on paper and performing well are two different things. We actually don't have a defogger. So hazards could be an issue. We might have to put defog on Flygon. The main issue I would suspect that would probably suck for this team would be the hazards if somebody chooses to stack them. Although I do have Regenerator Pokemon. Is the lack of priority could be a problem if something dangerous sets up. I think we have the bulk to take like anything. The main thing that we have to really worry about, I think, is Lucario. Lucario is the main threat, and maybe Nidoking, you know, those big bad wall breakers. I think that's going to be bad, but other than that, I think this is solid. Those two Pokemon aside, I think this is going to be pretty good. So, I just got to think. Alright. Wham bam, done. Let's also check this guy's ranking. So he's got a pretty high rating. He's also got a Honchkrow, which is another thing that's a little scary, but I do have Aggron. So it looks like he's going to get up Sticky Web. That doesn't really affect my team. He does have the Nidoking, though, and he does have the Crocoon, but Slowking stops Crocoon. Nidoking, we're just going to have to switch around awkwardly against it, I suppose. I could lead with the Moongus and threaten the Spore, but I don't really like that. I kind of like just Flygon. Leads with Galvantula. We'll just EQ, because I don't think Galvantula can do anything unless it carries HP Ice. Am I near or far-sighted? I can't remember the difference. Nearsighted. The one where I can't see things far away. I can see things, but they're blurry. I'm wearing my glasses just because the text is a little small. I don't want to do the old like grandpa making the text larger on the screen. And plus, having glasses on makes me concentrate more, it seems. What are my opinion on all the new Megas? I think they're awesome. I think the more Megas, the better. Mega it up. He's not going to stay in here. He's probably going to go into Bronzong. If I were a betting man. Or Honchkrow. Bronzong or Honchkrow, Aggron's good. He wouldn't stay in, would he? There's no way. No. He does go into Bronzong. Bronzong can literally do nothing to me, but I can't do anything to him, so it's whatever. Rocks suck, but they suck more for him. Confuse Ray Bronzong, new meta. So, Scald's a thing. Scald is a thing. We could just go directly into Scrafty. Threaten the knockoff. I think that's a good play, because we have Shed Skin for his status, and we're not that fast. He goes right into Suicune. To that, I say no bueno. No bueno. And I think I want to go right into Slowking and just start setting up on it. Alternatively, I go into Amoonguss, Clear Smog, Giga Drain, all that mess. What do I fear? Nothing. I fear Honchkrow. That's about it. If he goes into that, we just go into Aggron. He's gonna go for a Scald. No burns, please. Thank you. Alright. Let's just start Calm Minding. Because Galvantula dies upon entry. Honchkrow is scary, but you know. So is that thing too, the Porygon-Z. Can't underestimate that. This team looks pretty good, but if Honchkrow dies, this team can't really break Blissey. Is the thing. Alright, so he's probably gonna Toxic. And that's whatever. He could also Confuse Ray, and that's whatever. Let's, do I want to Scald? I do have the Heal Bell. No. It's too risky. Amoonguss doesn't really do much. Let's go into Scrafty. I'm not really fearing the status because of Shed Skin. Yeah, there we go. Now we just go for Knockoff. The Shed Skin already activated. I guess we can go for Bulk Up too, but Knockoff's better, I think. Nice. Confused Ray. That's not nice. He'll probably go for Rocks here. And there's another Knockoff for your troubles. He goes for Toxic again. Does he not have Rocks on this thing? Is it on Nidoking? Could be. I break through Confusion every time, so that's nice. I'm cured of Poisoning again. Awesome. Shed Skin's awesome. Hoodlum Scrafty would be proud. Man, I love Scrafty. The YouTuber and the Pokemon. So PZ comes in. Porygon-Z. This is tricky. I think we can live a Tri-Attack and go for Drain Punch. But the problem is that I have Assault Vest Amoonguss, but it still dies. Aggron is necessary to check Honchkrow, or else it just sweeps. This is one of my best checks of this because it can take a hit and then Drain Punch. But I might be confused. We'll go for it. Hell with it. God damn it, Scrafty, you fail! Okay, let's see how much this does. Oh my god, in heaven! Why is this thing UU? I should have switched out and did something. We need this for Honchkrow. We have to let Scrafty die. I hate this thing so much. Okay. That was analytic boosted? I don't think so. That's adaptability, I think. Okay. It's not a problem as long as this is alive and this is alive. I should have just stayed in and let it die. But I went out into that and then went out into something else and let it die and kept Scrafty around. So he's fearing the Spore. So that's good. Made him switch out. It's obvious he's going to go into that. I got a donation from Rich Siddick. Hey man, how are you today? Now that stats for most of the new megas have come out, which ones are you most excited for? I mean, honestly, all of them. I love Megas. I love them, I love them, I love them. So I could go for Giga Drain here. He could also trick me. He might want to trick me. I'll go for Giga Drain. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's not analytic, man. Good news is we don't really need this. Also good news is I have Dragon Claw. Probably should have went for Sludge Bomb there just for a bit more damage, but whatever. And the poison chance. But yeah, PZ's an asshole. I think the only thing that switches in on it is Blissey. Like the modest specs variant. Goes into Suicune. It's fine. Another donation from Obabo for life. What's your thoughts on The Walking Dead last week? I didn't watch it. I'm not a huge fan of The Walking Dead. I think it's very overrated. And I don't really have much interest in it this season. Because honestly, remembering back, I couldn't tell you what happened last season. All I know is they went to some camp. And I got that on the last episode. Everything other than that is just like a blur. So, you know. What I probably should have done earlier is went out into Amoongus against that PZ, let it die, came back in with Scrafty, and then just Drain Punched. That would have been better, because then I could have done work. But this is okay too. I don't really care if you burn me at this point. I'd rather be burned actually, so I can't get statused at all. And here I'll just Calm Minds. If he wants to go into Honchkrow, I don't really give a shit. We just go into Aggron. I hope he doesn't have Heat Wave. Alternatively, we go into Vaporeon after to like Wish and all that. If he double switches here, he's a brave man. He pursuits, I got Regenerator, so joke's on you. What would he go into? Probably Suicune. Sweet is toxic. No way he has to rest. Thank you for not missing, you big mecha metal thing. We just go into Slowking again. Or we could go into Vaporeon. Since he is gonna be a rest talker. But I like Slowking first. That way I get the Regenerator boost. He keeps going for burns. He's not getting them. Now we're going to switch out. Go into Vaporeon. He scalds again? Alright. He could know I have Roar. I'm not sure. Let's Wish. He's just going to rest. That's fine by me. I'm going to Wish. Pass it off into Slowking? Mega Aggron? Mega Aggron. And he goes into Porygon-Z. But this is fine. Because I can kill this and live. So let's do it. New subscriber, Cotton Fuzzy. Thanks for subscribing, amigo. And thank you, PZ, for not statusing me. Mega Aggron, you beast. You bloody, bloody beast. Okay, it's looking a lot better. Nidoking, that's scary. I have to keep Aggron alive. There's no question. I have to keep Slowking alive. There's no question. I don't have to keep Vaporeon alive, I don't think. So we go into Vaporeon. It's very obvious if he wants to go for Earth Power. He might not go for it. Goes for T-Bolt. Alright. I can live with that. He could have Ice Beam. I could go into Slowking anyway and just go for Scalds. We'll go into Flygon. That was a ballsy ass play. Suicune's asleep. I can't afford not to go for Earthquake. And it doesn't really matter if he switches out. Let's do some math though. Mega Slowking took like 70-80% from a Pursuit, which is, if doubled in power, is the same as a Sucker Punch. So I think I can kill it with Scald, or burn it or something. Hopefully, if I'm at +1 anytime Suicune's in. So I'm not really worried about that. He's thinking long and hard here. If I go for Outrage, that's also pretty good, but I don't want Suicune to come in for free. I don't think Outrage kills Nidoking. So he does go into Haunch. We'll see if he has Roost here. We're going into Aggron either way, because we kind of have to. And then immediately, I'll probably switch out into... He goes for Pursuit again. Alright. That's okay. He doesn't have that much health left. So we're going to go for... We're going to be brave. We're going to go into Slowking. Yes! Now we're in business. He can't afford to let me Calm Mind. He really can't. Let's go for a Scald. See what he does. So he Calm Minds. Alright. If he predicts this and goes into Honchkrow now, he's a genius. That's all I gotta say. But it's really obvious if he wants to do that. Isn't it? I guess it isn't. Well, I'm glad I stayed in and went for Calm Mind then. Scald. He's trying to burn me so that he can get residual damage to go into Honchkrow, I'm pretty sure. I'm just going to keep Calm Minding. I don't care. He wants enough damage to kill with Pursuit. If I were a betting man, that's what I would bet. Let's go ahead and go for a Psy Shock and see what happens. He's getting really unlucky with these burns. Should I go for a Scald now? Expecting him to either switch out or... I don't know. There he gets the burn. I want to randomize this as much as I can. He's going to rest. Alright. what I'm gonna do here is predicting Honchkrow now. I think I want to slack off. That way I'm at 88% and I can kill that. Maybe. Or maybe not. Let's Calm Mind again. I think he's just content to stay in. I don't think he gives a shit. Either way. We're at plus like 90 now. So we're going to slack off again just in case he wants to go into Honchkrow. Nope, he's content on staying in. That's bizarre. Really bizarre. We can afford to play it safe though. Let's go for a Scald here. Maybe we can get a burn on him. There we go. Alright, so now I don't understand why he's not going into Honchkrow. I guess he really values it. But he either rests here or he dies. So we're gonna not go for Psy Shock. He stays in. Wow, that is bizarre. Well, it's at a weak enough point now where I can go for Psy Shock comfortably and then clean up with... Okay, he does go for the rest here. I just don't know why he didn't switch on one of these predicted Psy Shocks. I don't think I'm overcrediting him. He's played well. I just don't think he's going to switch at all. So I guess I just go for... I guess I just go for another Psy Shock. It's not as easy as just killing a stall dog, because if he predicts one of these Psy Shocks, he gets a free switch into Honchkrow. And I can't have that. So I'm going to Calm Mind now. Because he has to pretty much rest. Yeah. And I have to be at a good amount of health if Honchkrow comes in, because he can pursue Slowking and kill it. There's the thing. And that's pretty much his only chance of winning, so I don't know why he's not making that play. But he's just content not to make that play, I guess. Alright. So I gotta finish him off with Psy Shocks here or I run out of PP. Pretty much. I have 4. So we just got to keep Psy Shocking and we don't need to worry about that. I don't think he's going to go into that now. If he does, then he just wins because he's a genius. But that's like his only play he can make. So, whatever. I think we're at a comfortable enough spot to kill everything though. Or kill this thing at least. Hopefully. I guess I'm just overestimating him. Honchkrow. He's probably going to Pursuit. Flygon cleans up. If he roosts, Aggron still wrecks it, unless it's Life Orb. In which case, I guess I'm just fucked. It's probably best just staying in Scald. Yeah. Alright, and then Flygon should clean up. Flygon, please tell me you can kill a Nidoking. I know you're weak as piss, but please. Please kill it. There we go. Thank you, Flygon. Alright. So yeah, I don't know why he didn't make that play of going into Honchkrow. That seemed like it was the best thing to do to me, but whatever.